Hey folks, welcome back to the Lone Pine Tarot. For today's pick a card reading, we have another topic that was suggested by the awesome at Oriole Arts under the community tab on my channel page, which is messages from your body with a focus on kind of like a self-love check-in for today. As you can see, as always, we have 3 different piles to choose from. For my pile number 1s, we have the card Enlightenment. For my pile number 2s, we have Illumination. And for my pile number 3s, we have Miracles. So after you've finished meditating on the different piles for today, as always, the timestamps for the readings are down in the description box and the top pinned comment below. Click on that timestamp and I will see you in our discussion/reading about messages from your body and self-love check-in. Bye. Hello, my lovely pile number 1s. Welcome to your pick a card reading today that is all about messages from your body, kind of a self-care, self-love check-in. As you recall, the card used to pick your pile was the lovely Enlightenment here. We have a sailboat sailing on the clouds towards it looks like the center of the galaxy, the Milky Way here. So as always, we'll set your pile leader off to the left as we weave out the other cards. So we will pull tarot cards in just a second here. Let's first focus on your oracle cards though. Okay, so your Nature's Whispers card is... we have number 18, New Experiences and Possibilities. Okay. Let's see what else pops out in tandem. We have your Surrender card is Surrender Your Fear of Intimacy. You are ready to let love in. Compassionately identify and begin to release any patterns that stop you from opening your heart. Okay. Your Botanical Inspirations card today is the Pansy. I always love pansies, they're so cute. Viola, what's the Latin word? Tricolor? Viola tricolor. Had a little bit of trouble reading the cursive there for a second. Sweet Thoughts, and it says, Pray you love, remember, and there are pansies. That's for Thoughts by Unknown. Sweet Thoughts. Okay, maybe a little bit of a focus on the way you mentally perceive your own body, but let's see what pops out here with your Tea Leaf Fortune card. You received Axe, Forces Working Against You. Okay, and then let's pull out your tarot cards. Spirit for pile number 1s, messages from their body, kind of a self-love, self-care check-in. Could you give me about 3 to 4 different tarot cards explaining what's going on here, please? Okay, that one for sure is popping out. We have the Wise Woman, or known as the High Priestess in most decks, reversed. Okay, kind of another reflection of the mental energy I was talking about earlier, maybe not paying attention to your mind enough, but let's see what else pops out, of course. Let's see this one. Suspension, number 12, which is the Hanged Man in most decks, if you're familiar with tarot. Yep, different perspectives. This is all going to be kind of a mental theme here today, pile number 1s. Even your pile leader kind of reflects a mental theme here. And then we also have the 10 of Visions, which is Cups reversed. Maybe the way we perceive what success or happiness looks like with our body, tying into that mental theme. And then I'm also going to, I'm going to put your Axe over here. I'm going to push up the Pansy just a little bit, and I want to get one more tarot card here. So let's see. I think this one's popping out, I would say. The Keeper of Challenges, which is the King of Swords reversed in most decks. Yep, mental. So we're going to have a chat about the way we think about our body today, pile number 1s, it seems. Let me gather my thoughts here. Apologies for a moment of silence or mumbling as I look over your cards here. Yeah, so definitely first off the bat, pile number 1s, when I was pulling out your Surrender Your Fear of Intimacy card here, I did get a sense immediately of heart chakra vibes. you know, especially too, you have the color associated with the heart chakra is green. And even in the figure over here, you know, she's wearing green, a lot of greens in the Forest of Enchantment deck, which, you know, is kind of, you know, native to that deck, but especially with the cards that did come out, there's a lot of green, you know, and even there's a lot of like green foliage here with your pansy. So definitely I get a lot of heart chakra vibes. A lot about your heart chakra is opening your heart, kind of like it says here with your surrender, fear of intimacy card. And a lot of that is opening ourselves up to vulnerability and welcoming things in, that kind of thing. Now, tying that to your body pile number ones, as I was saying before, there is sort of a mental theme here, especially with not only you got the King of Swords reversed, and the swords are the suit of air, which is the suit of the mind, communication, things like that. You also got the Hanged Man, which is all about different perspectives, and then the Wise Woman or the High Priestess reversed, which is all about not listening to your gut, or you're being asked by spirit to listen to your gut more, in tandem too with your Enlightenment card, which is all about, you know, enlightenment, kind of what it says on the tin, is something, or being having brought light to something, sort of paying attention to something, right? Being aware of something is kind of another synonym for that, right? So I think even too with your new experiences and new possibilities card here from Nature's Whispers, it's like opening yourself up more, opening yourself up to more vulnerability. So theme number one, pile number ones, I think one suggestion from Messages from Your Body from Spirit is to be more open to new experiences when it comes to your body. So that could literally mean intimacy with the Surrender Your Fear of Intimacy card. And I don't necessarily mean like, you know, YouTube, I'm not going to get into too much detail with intimacy, but you kind of know what I'm talking about, right? And I think what might be holding you back in that area a little bit is maybe a fear of self-consciousness when it comes to intimacy, maybe a little bit of a lack of confidence with your body, maybe feeling like, oh, well, I don't want to do new things with my body because I feel self-conscious about it. Now, that could literally mean intimacy, right? With, you know, the YouTube censored version is, you know what I'm talking about, right? We're all adults here, right? But number two, it could also mean, like, for example, the thing that came to mind when I was first looking at these cards was, like, say you've been wanting to take, I don't know, like a yoga class or like a rock climbing class or something like that, but you almost kind of fear going out into public and being vulnerable in a way of being new to something in front of other people. Maybe the way that you feel like the type of clothes for that type of exercise would fit you. You're feeling a little bit self-conscious about that type of thing, where it's not necessarily the exercise or like the activity itself that's holding you back. It's more like the way that you fear that you'll be perceived trying something new. That's how I would put it. Or the way that you fear that you'll be perceived doing that thing, right? So like I said, that could literally mean like intimacy, but it can be in any other exercise or activity where there's a sense of a vulnerability there. And I think that's why like the heart chakra thing was coming up. So one other suggestion I would say too is there's a lot of really awesome meditations if you're into meditation, for like heart chakra opening on YouTube. There's also some, if you're into yoga, like I personally do yoga at home because I don't really like practicing in, you know, a public environment. And I know for a fact that there's probably like heart opening yoga routines on YouTube from one of the many awesome yoga instructors here on YouTube that you can basically view for free. So yeah, maybe try something like that. You know, maybe even try, if it's something that you want to do really badly, but you're kind of afraid of that like vulnerability, being new to something in front of other people. Yeah, try, like, for example, like I do yoga at home, you know, have a yoga mat at home that you can exercise in the comfort in your home, right? Things like that. Or if it's something, I guess you can't really do like rock climbing at home, but maybe find something kind of adjacent to like rock climbing if that's the thing that you're into. It could be like hiking is great. Hiking is kind of more of a solitary activity. Of course, it's always more fun with friends too, but if it feels more comfortable for you, I would say try to find ways that not only are activities that not only allow you maybe to be a little bit more on your own if that's something that you desire, because of a fear of like vulnerability or being public in front of other people with things like this, while simultaneously trying to work on allowing yourself to be more vulnerable and more open around other people in terms of things that you do with your body, I guess I would say. So it's almost kind of like, yeah, work on the, opening of the heart chakra a little bit more, but also simultaneously, if you really want to do that new activity or that new exercise, maybe even you have like a New Year's goal here. I know this video will go up in January of 2024. Maybe you have a New Year's goal of, I want to exercise more, I want to be more healthy. Like, work on the heart chakra opening type activities in tandem with the like more solitary, maybe kind of baby steps activities before you go more public with this activity, say with like a yoga class or like something with other people, if you're feeling vulnerable or a little bit timid in that area, I guess is how I would put that. Yeah. But there's something too, I think you're not quite listening to from your body in terms of your mental state. I want to almost say it's something to do with your satisfaction with your own body, pile number ones. There's some, and the reason I say that here is because of the Ten of Cups reverse. The Ten of Cups is normally like the happily ever after card. And it's also can be about like relationships too. So that's why I was drawing in that part of the heart chakra message before about like, I think there's some kind of fear here about being with other people or being public with your exercise or your activity, right? Or something with your body, right? Because of that water energy of the cups there, or the visions as it's known in this particular deck. But like I said too, I think there's a mental thing with what you consider happiness with your body here with the Ten of Cups reversed, especially because you got the King of Swords right next to it reversed, and the Hanged Man on the other side, and then at the very beginning you have the High Priestess reversed. So like I said, High Priestess reversed is you're not listening to your intuition about something enough. The Hanged Man is all about seeing something from a different perspective. Ten of Cups reversed is about feeling like you're not happy in some way, or what you see as happily ever after, or the supreme vision of happiness isn't quite what it really is. And then the King of Swords reversed is something to do with the way you externally manifest, either something the way you communicate about your body, or it could also mean something like the way that you think about your body, sort of. So I think another message from your body here, pile number ones, it's almost kind of like asking for a little bit more self-confidence in terms of your body, and that could also help with being more confident, being more public and with other people regarding your body. Because I think there's a lot more, and I'm not saying this just to gas you up, but I think there's a lot more beauty to your body that you're not recognizing. I think these cards kind of give me a feeling intuitively that maybe you're a little bit too hard on yourself when it comes to the physical, pile number ones. I think you might nitpick yourself a little bit too much in terms of your appearance and in terms of like, things like, oh, I don't like my hair color. Oh, I don't like my weight. Oh, I don't like the way my face looks. Like those type of thoughts, I feel like come up a lot for you, pile number ones. And especially too with your pansy here, it says sweet thoughts. There's an emphasis here just because of the repeated messaging of perspective and mind and thinking, of a need to kind of shift the way that you feel about yourself to feel more confident with your body and with your health and that type of thing. So I'm trying to think of what are good exercises to feel more confident in that way. I mean, like mental, not physical exercises. One suggestion could be, because you did get new experiences and possibilities, to really focus on trying new things with your body. So like, for example, like we were talking before with the emphasis on maybe a fear of trying something new publicly with other people. Just try something new. Try to push yourself a little bit, just to do, like, if there's something you've really wanted to do for a long time in terms of like getting out and this new exercise or something, like let's say maybe you wanted to try running or something and you haven't done it before. This is really a push from spirit as a message to do that new thing. Focus on ushering in new energy and not stagnant old energy. I think there might be a little bit too, especially here because you have the axe and it says forces working against you. I think there might be some sort of aspect where, and this is a general reading, so everyone's going to be a little bit different, but there's some aspect where it's like part of your body is kind of working against you, and that could also be a little bit of an obstacle to overcome or kind of adjust to. I don't know. For some reason, intuitively, I'm getting with a lot of you, there's something to do with your leg, like one of your legs. Like it's, I don't know if it's arthritis. I don't know if it's like maybe you tend to get cramps in your leg a lot, or something to do with your legs where it makes it kind of difficult to want to try something more publicly or try this new exercise or this new activity. Um, so they're acknowledging that if that's the case, pile number ones, but they're kind of almost saying here with all this mental energy messages, or these, excuse me, grammatically, these mental energy messages here, that there's ways to do the things that you want to do that can adjust for some of the obstacles in our path. Say if you do have maybe a problem with one of your legs, you know, I know especially arthritis can be really hard on your body. To my understanding, I think is it swimming that's really, really easy on your body? Like it's really easy on your joints. I know I've heard swimming is easier on your joints, so that could be like one exercise if it's something that you want to do. Which is all, you know, too, a combination of, you know, if you do swim outside of, like, let's say a public pool, like if you go to a lake or something, of course, depending on the season that you're in, but that could be like a combination of, like, you know, some nature healing, being outdoors, but then also, you know, it's an exercise with swimming. I've also heard, don't quote me on this because I haven't done Tai Chi myself, but I've heard Tai Chi is also really a lot easier on people with some joint issues or things like that. I know that they recommend it a lot for people that are older. Like my grandparents got recommended Tai Chi, even with some of their, some of the things in their body that kind of hold them back from being, you know, as active as they used to be, right? But things like that. So, yeah. And then, too, I think let's see if there's any other messages. I know we talked about too, I think you're a little bit too hard on yourself, pile number ones. You know, I want to see if they can tell me what you're too hard on yourself about. Spirit, can you tell me with tarot cards, what are they too hard on themselves about for pile ones? What are they too hard on themselves about? I get the feeling that it's probably appearance, like I was saying before, but we have the Seeker of Visions reversed. I believe that is the Knight of Cups reversed. It could be you're a little bit too hard on yourself with romance. I see that as the Knight of Cups often is kind of the romance card. Maybe previous relationships you had, there was someone that you were in a relationship with that was a little bit too hard on you regarding your body, or like the way that you feel about your own body, and maybe that's kind of where that fear of intimacy comes in. It could have been that they were far too critical on you, and that's kind of where this insecurity kind of cropped up in the first place. So Spirit's kind of acknowledging that here with the Knight of Cups reversed. I also want to pull another card here. What else is feeding this? Yeah, okay, yep, Three of Cups reversed. So Three of Cups is all about other people or groups of people. Reversed, it's like a negative group of people, or yeah. So I think another message here, pile number ones, is there's something to do with the people that were around you. So this could be past energy, but also it could be present energy, people that are currently around you that are feeding into some of the insecurities that you have. So as another message from Spirit about your body and self-love, I would say pay close attention to who is supportive of you and who might be criticizing you a little bit too much. That is the reason why these insecurities have cropped up in the first place. I get group vibes here a lot, like I said, with the Three of Cups reverse, and then also the Knight of Cups reverse, like I said, is kind of a romance card, so there could be a specific focus on romance too. It could have been a romantic partner in the past that kind of fed some of these insecurities, planted the seeds of those in the first place, like I was saying. You know, even too, maybe if they didn't even necessarily say something like, you know, negative about your body or the way that you look or the way that you feel about yourself, sometimes just actions can do that. Like, let's say if we've been like cheated on, for example, that can plant doubts and seeds of insecurity about, like, well, was I not good enough for this person? Why did they cheat on me? Like, you know, aren't I handsome slash pretty enough? Like, you know, did they leave me for that reason, or did they cheat on me for that reason? It's those types of things. So even if this partner or these people didn't necessarily say, you know, something negative about your body or the way that you feel about yourself, their actions sometimes can plant those seeds of doubt or insecurity. So definitely there's some aspect of that area where I think some of these thoughts even weren't originally your own, but over time they've kind of become your negative voice internally, pile number ones. That could also be tying in here with the forces working against you, card from your tea leaf fortunes. But yeah, overall, I just see a lot of messages, like I said, about mental health in terms of the way that you view your own body and view yourself, combined with a little bit of maybe other people have planted those seeds in you a little bit too. Um, so generally, like your recommendations here from your body pile number ones are number one, look to new experiences, look to new activities that you've really been yearning to do, whatever those might be for you as a general reading. Everyone's gonna be a little bit different, but I did see swimming and like Tai Chi is one suggestion that kind of popped up intuitively. Rock climbing, I think, was another one, hiking, etc. Yoga is also great. Yoga is a good combination of good for your body and your mind. So that's why I always recommend yoga, especially in this area from this type of experience, right? So that's number one, look for new experiences, be open to new things. It could also be if this is like an intimacy related thing with insecurity about your body. I think you're a little bit too hard on yourself when it comes to your beauty. And like I said, I'm not just saying that to like gas you up or, like I'm like literally, especially because I said like the Ten of Cups reversed came up earlier, and then like the Hangman next to it is all about flipping your perspective on what happiness looks like or what fulfillment looks like, right? um and sweet thoughts, like it's, I think if there's anything you could do to try to work on improving your self image, not literally the way you look, because I think the way you look is just fine. I think you're a lot, more beautiful than you think you are, pile number ones. It's just that there's a little bit of a mental block there preventing you from really seeing the true depth of how you look, I guess is how I would put it. Um, and that, if you can kind of work on that and flip that around, that will help all these other areas as well. Not only confidence, willingness about intimacy. Another message too, like I said in summary, was the pay close attention to the way other people have planted seeds of doubt in you regarding your body, pile ones. Like I said, some of you I think might have been cheated on. That can knock our confidence quite a lot because we think, oh, was it our fault? Like we internalize that even though it was like nothing to do with you. It's just the other person, had the reasons for being unfaithful that were, selfish, right? It wasn't your fault, I guess, is what I'm saying. Yeah, just flipping perspectives on things, listening more to your gut about things that you want to do that are new. Also, too, if some of you do suffer from some sort of thing that's holding you back, trying new exercises or new activities, look for ways that can kind of weave around that obstacle, so to speak, so that you can experience that new thing, but adapted for, like let's say if it was like a leg issue, like I was seeing for some of you, like find a way to do that activity that adjusts to that, say like leg issue, for example. I'm trying to remember the other messages here too. Yep, focus on your heart chakra. It was one suggestion I would say, like we talked about at the beginning of the reading. Yeah, so confidence, heart chakra, flip your mental state based on how you perceive yourself, pay close attention to the way other people have planted seeds of doubt in you, because the things that they said about you aren't true, or the things that they might have implied by the actions that they had aren't true. Pile ones, I'm seeing that here. It's just that sometimes it's hard to kind of unroot those seeds that were planted so long ago, or even more recently, depending on, some of you will be a little bit different general reading, but yeah. Let's see if there's anything else here I'm seeing for you, pile ones. Yeah, surrender your fear of intimacy. Yeah, heart chakra, definitely emphasized here. Solar plexus chakra might be a nice, like supplementary chakra to focus on, like meditations for your solar plexus chakra. Or yoga for solar plexus chakra. Yeah, that type of thing. Let's see if there's anything else, pile ones here. I want to make sure I get the most good and all the messages I can out of this reading for you from Spirit. Yeah. Oh yeah, and then one more thing I remember I said earlier was just to summarize too, if there's some kind of activity where you're afraid about being in public or with other people doing because of some self-consciousness issues, try it at home or try a more solitary version of it first as you're working in tandem or at the same time parallel on flipping your perspective of the way that you perceive your body, pile number ones. Like I said, I do yoga at home. It's great. I love doing yoga, in the privacy of my home. That's one suggestion I can personally give, because that'll focus on both mental and physical things, right? You could try hiking, which is more of a solitary activity. Swimming you can do generally alone. I guess it depends on if it's like a public place that you're swimming or not, but things like that. Yeah. So yeah, if I were to summarize your reading pile ones, self-consciousness, self-confidence, the balance between those two things, not letting other people's doubts or the things that they planted that were seeds of doubt get to you, and kind of unrooting those old doubts that aren't serving you anymore, and flipping your perspective on yourself and seeing yourself as the beautiful person you are, that just has been obscured a little bit by these doubts I was talking about earlier. Yeah. All right, well, I hope that reading was helpful for you, my lovely pile number ones. Have confidence, have faith in yourself. Like I said, I'm not just gassing you up. You're a lot more beautiful than you think you are. I say that from the bottom of my heart here, from these cards and the messages that are coming out intuitively. Have the confidence to try new things, let go of old doubts, and I wish you much luck on your journey and much healing as well. As always, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day as well, and I hope to see you in the next reading. Bye. Hello, my lovely pile number twos. Welcome to your pick a card reading today about messages from your body, kind of a self-love, self-care check-in. As you recall, the card used to pick your pile was the Lake of Illumination here, pine trees in the background, clouds in the sky. It looks like it almost might be raining a little bit too. But yeah, we have kind of a focus here of light and reflection, that type of thing. Of course, we'll get into your other cards here first before I get too in the weeds, but we'll set your pile leader off to the side here just to begin. All right, I'm going to set your tarot cards back here for a second. Your oracle cards for today are, your Nature's Whispers is Clear Out the Old, number 5. Clear out the old. Perfect message for January, if you are viewing this in the month that I upload it. Clear out the old, okay. Letting go of old energies that don't serve us anymore, all right. Your surrender card is surrender the idea you can fix someone. It's time for a relationship to shift. It doesn't work to try to fix someone. Each person must be accountable for his or her own healing. Surrender the idea you can fix someone, okay? Get to that in a second. Your botanical inspirations today is a snapdragon. Graciousness and benevolence. No act of kindness, no matter how small, is ever wasted, by Aesop. Snapdragons. I love snapdragons. I used to grow them in my garden when I was a girl. Lovely flowers. And then we have your tea leaf, which is Jug. Light-hearted, carefree time. Okay. I'm kind of getting some messages here, but let's get your tarot cards on the table before I say anything. Spirit for pile number 2s, can you give me about 4 tarot cards explaining messages from their body? Self-care check-in, please. Alright, let's see what pops out here. For sure this one, I would say. We have the Child of Visions, which is the Page of Cups. A surprise, exploring new emotions, that type of feel. Okay. We have, pick this one, the Green Mother, the Empress reversed in most decks. Smothering, not nurturing ourselves in some way. Okay. Excuse me. And let's see, this one for sure. Oh, they're all coming out. We have the Nine of Spells or Nine of Wands reversed. Feeling like we want to give up on something. Okay. And then I think this one for sure wanted to come out. It was kind of coming out with it. We have the Council of Animals or the World reversed. Or I'm sorry, this is Judgment reversed. This card always kind of trips me up with this particular deck. Judgment reversed. The World is 21. All right. 20 is Judgment. Okay. So let me get my ducks in a row here, pile 2s. Apologies for some silence and or mumbling as I go through your cards here. Yeah, okay. So, I mean, right away, what was kind of popping out intuitively as the cards came out, pile 2s, is there's something about your body where you're trying to fix something that doesn't necessarily need fixing. And I say that because not only, you know, kind of what it says on the tin here with surrender the idea that you can fix someone, I think that's more about yourself than someone else. That to me, it's like there's something about yourself or your body that you're like, I really wish I could fix this. And I think it's something to do with appearance specifically. I really wish I could fix this. I want to fix this so bad. That kind of feeling I'm getting intuitively, but it's not something that needs fixing in terms of your appearance. It could be, let's see if there's something I pick up here intuitively about what that might be. It could be something to do with your eyes. There's a lot of focus here on eyes, especially like you clear out the old. You have someone with a blindfold and then someone with their eyes closed. Could be something to do just general overall with your body that you're not confident about, pile number 2s. Yeah. And I think because of your card clear out the old here, it's something that you've had or held on to for a long time. I think it's been something that you've been insecure about for a long time. And what Spirit is asking you to do, pile 2s, is to kind of let go of the idea of that thing needs fixing in your body, okay? That it's something that needs to be gotten rid of or changed. Because, you know, there's a lot of temptations in our modern world when it comes to, you know, the way that we look. Like there's a good balance. Obviously, on one end, you have, you know, you want to be healthy enough to have a healthy life, that you have the energy that you have and the health that you have to do the things that you want to do and feel confident, right? But then there's also the toxic end of it where we get too focused on something and too focused on perfection. And that can become unhealthy. So I think for you, pile 2s, there's something here, like I said, there's just too much focus on it and too much like, oh, I need to fix this thing. I need to fix this one thing. If I just fix this one thing, I would be beautiful. Like that kind of feeling I'm getting here. I also see, like, especially with your Illumination card, it's almost like it's something that you look in the mirror a lot and you really just like focus on, like, I got this, that one thing, if I could fix it, you know, etc. That those type of thoughts, right? So what Spirit is saying here is to let go of the idea that you need to fix that. Too, with your Jug card here from your Fortune cards, lighthearted, carefree time. I would say, like, how do I put that? I want to make sure I word it correctly. Lighthearted, carefree time. It's almost like a mental shift, I would say, or a mental perspective change on how you feel about yourself, that your body's asking for you here, or Spirit is for your body, pile 2s. To be more lighthearted and carefree about the way that you look and not get focused on that old energy, like Clear Out the Old says. And open the way for new perspectives about yourself and the way that you feel about yourself and the way that you feel that you look, right? Yeah, and then let's see, because I think, especially here with the Judgment card reversed and the Empress or the Green Mother reversed, combined with the Nine of Wands reversed here, it's like you're feeling tired, you're feeling worn out with it, you're like, if I could just do this one more thing, it would fix everything, I would look so beautiful, etc., those type of thoughts. And then the Empress reversed next to it is like a feeling of smothering, is kind of the negative energy of the Empress, or really too focused on something or not nurturing something enough. It's like there's too much of a focus on the way that your body looks over how your body feels, and it feels like it's almost tiring you out a bit with that Nine of Wands reversed. You might even kind of be doing things to the detriment of your health with your body, so that you like, well, it looks better, but not necessarily does it feel better on the inside, right? And then Judgment reversed is like not moving on into a new phase of life, sort of, or not ascending into a new way of thinking. It can also mean judgment, literally like harsh judgment upon ourselves, that type of thing. Yeah, I think there's something about yourself that you would be surprised about, pile 2s, because with the Page or the Child of Cups here, that can mean like a surprise of some sort. I think I think that this thing that you focus on too much, pile 1s, is, or excuse me, pile 2s, is a lot more beautiful, or a lot more like it doesn't stand out as much as you think it does. whatever this particular thing is a general reading. Everyone's going to be a little bit different about the one kind of thing. Maybe they focus on themselves a bit too much on, but, yeah, I get the sense it might be like eyes, like I said. Something to do with the way that you look in some way. Yeah. So basically what you're being asked to do here, pile 2, is to, like I said, let go of old energy or old insecurities from a long time ago. Clear out the old here, like your Nature's Whisper said. Surrender the idea that you can fix this thing, because it doesn't really need to be fixed. It's something that actually, like, it isn't bad like you think it is, I guess is how I would summarize that. And then your Snapdragon here could also be your teeth you're a little bit insecure about, pile number 2s. I think, and I say that because the Snapdragon, it's, if you've ever had a Snapdragon before, it's the type of flower where, hence its name, when you gently squeeze the side of it, its mouth opens and closes. So that's where I kind of got like the intuitive feeling of like maybe something about your teeth you're a little bit insecure about. But yeah, like with that too, like there's a focus here on how it looks, but not how it actually is healthy. Like surface level appearance and not health underneath. So like if, for example, if it is your teeth that you're kind of focusing on, pile 2s, it could be like, you know, oh, I really need to straighten my teeth. Oh, I really need to bleach my teeth. Oh, they're too yellow. Oh, they're not straight enough. You know, oh, I really don't like the way my teeth look. But sometimes those treatments, like to my understanding, I think bleaching your teeth can actually harm them. I'll edit in a thing here if I'm not correct on that, but that's like one example that's kind of coming into mind intuitively, is like bleaching your teeth, even though it's technically unhealthy for your teeth. That type of thing where it's like surface level appearance, like, oh, look how shiny and white and pearly they are, but underneath it's actually just not as healthy because of those things. Or it could be, you know, sometimes like plastic surgery can be dangerous, depending on the surgery that you're getting, or fillers, those types of things. So Spirit is asking you to kind of hold back a little bit on feeling like you need to do things that are detrimental to your actual health for the benefit of the way that you feel like that you look, I guess is how I would put that in summary, right? 2 here with the Child of Cups upright. How's it, not only could be like the surprise card, but it's also a card of exploring emotions, exploring new emotions, finding new ways to feel about your body. There could also have been, the reason why you have this old energy that you're being asked to clear out, of being down on yourself and your appearance. With the Empress reverse, that can mean like negative mother energy. So it could have been perhaps your mother that kind of had planted those ideas in your heads about what beauty is, or what beauty should be, or what you should look like, or what you should do with your body, that type of thing. And it's asking you to kind of like let go of that old energy and explore, you know, how do you want to view your body? And, you know, if you have children yourself, you know, how do you want to end that cycle of being harsh on your own body, and foster more confidence and self-esteem in future generations after you, that type of thing I'm seeing there with the Empress reversed. But yeah, it's just like you're tired, especially at that 9 of Wands reverse. Like you're just tired. You're like, oh man, I wish, you know, it's almost like seeking a horizon of some sort, where you're running after this thing and you're really, really excited to reach that sun or that horizon, but like the horizon, you never ever actually reach it. So it's like that feeling of weariness or being tired because you've been searching or seeking for this beauty or this confidence, that like the things that you're doing to get there aren't things that are gonna give you the confidence, even though on the outside it makes you feel like you, it makes you feel like you look better. And you know, maybe sometimes it, you know, it does do that, right? But it's like there's a weariness deep inside of I've been running and running and running after this thing, after this, you know, this health, or after this beauty, and I'm never satisfied. Well, and the reason that is because, how do I put it? The reason that is because it's not really beauty that you're seeking, pile number 2s. It's not really health that you're seeking. What you're really seeking deep down inside is confidence. And, you know, yeah, sometimes on the outside, you know, we can do things to make us feel better, you know, like, like if you get your teeth straightened, you're like, oh, I'll feel so much better, I'll feel more confident, just as an example. But, you know, really deep down, there probably wasn't anything wrong with your teeth. It was more your confidence that was the thing making you feel like there was. So I guess another recommendation from Spirit here, pile number 2, is to work on confidence, right? As a summary of what I'm seeing so far, work on appreciating your body, especially here with Snapdragon, graciousness and benevolence, right? No act of kindness, no matter how small, is ever wasted. I mean, think about how much your body does for you, because your body isn't a vessel to be, I guess I wouldn't say not to be admired, because you do want to admire your own body for everything that it does for you. I mean, it's a vessel that carries you, and it there's so many sub functions that it runs all the time that we don't even think about. I mean, think about how much your body runs, like your circulatory system, your blood around your body, um, how much it runs like your breathing, like when you're sleeping. It's things that you just don't even think about, like your hormones, like your thyroid gland, running your metabolism, things like that. And you know, we don't appreciate our bodies for everything they do for us. A lot of times in our societies, all we're told is focus on the things that are just bad about your body, or that aren't even necessarily bad, but there's an insecurity created there because, I'm just going to say it blatantly, a lot of companies and businesses make profit off of making you feel insecure so that they can get money off of you for these things that you think that you need to feel beautiful, when in the end you were beautiful in the beginning. Like, you were born beautiful. I mean, when did we decide that like, for example, straight teeth were a beautiful thing? I mean, as long as your teeth aren't harming you, like they're not uncomfortable, and sometimes if your teeth are crooked, it can lead to like places that are better for bacteria to adapt, like plaque and like cavities. So in that case, yeah, maybe straightening your teeth is helpful just for that reason. But aesthetically, why does it matter if your teeth are straight? I mean, when you think about it deep down, like really they're the bone stumps that help us chew our food. When did we decide as societies, I mean, depending on your culture, but here in the US, straight teeth are very, very emphasized, right? Just as an example. When did we decide that the bone stumps that we use to chew our food need to be perfectly straight and white? Like, why? When did that come up? Like, isn't it weird when you actually like think about it? So the message from Spirit here, pile number 2, is think about the things that people in your life, maybe especially like your mother here with the Empress reversed, and also the Council of Animals. Think about the ways that people in your life or society have planted these ideas in your heads, or in your head that. I mean, when you think about it logically, does it really make sense that you would have to feel insecure about that thing? You know what I mean? Like that type of thing. Like, like I said, there's a good balance of being healthy in terms of, oh, I feel, like I'm able to do things and my body is healthy enough where it's not holding me back, that type of thing. It's in good functioning condition. My circulatory system is healthy, my cardio capacity is healthy, that type of thing, right? But there's the other side of that balance where we focus on it so hard that it just drains our money, it drains our time, it drains our self-esteem, especially that Nine of Wands reverse energy there, feeling tired and defeated, right? Like, oh God, I'm at the end of my tether. I've been focusing and fighting this, the search for beauty or health my whole life, and these things that people tell me that I need or that I want, that I should buy or do for myself, right? But is it actually helping us in the end, or is it that infinite horizon that we can never actually grasp, when really all we needed deep down along the whole time was what we already had, was the beauty that we were born with? You know what I mean? Like that type of thing. So sorry, I got into a little bit of philosophical rant there, pile 2s, but this is a topic I feel strongly on, and I see in your pile a lot of ideas that are reflected, or messages that are reflected in things that I've experienced personally. So just kind of passing on those messages here, pile 2s. I also want to get some more cards on here from tarot, just based on maybe specifically more messages, or kind of what it is you might be focusing on. Like I said, I think eyes might be one thing I was seeing, but Spirit, can you give me some more messages here from their body for pile 2s? Maybe 2 cards, please. Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous sometimes, the things that us humans focus on, and I'm not saying that like shaming anyone, because everyone does it. Everyone has these things that they're insecure about, right? But the Nine of Boons reversed, Nine of Pentacles reversed. Yeah, that's feeling like you're not getting the fruits of your labor. That's kind of like that Nine of Wands energy we had earlier, where it's like I put in all this money, I put in all this effort. Where are the fruits of my labor? Why am I not happy, or why am I not confident with myself? That type of feeling. And then we have the Four of Wands here, Four of Spells. Yep, that's all about happiness at home. It was there all along. You didn't have to journey out to find it. The beauty was within. And I'm not saying that just to be like, a corny, fortune cookie, but literally though, like, because like I was saying, it's like that, it's that horizon you've been searching and looking for, pile too, is that thing you've been chasing after, like, as we all do in our societies. Like, it's not just you. I'm not shaming you specifically. I'm not shaming anyone, but these seeds of doubt that are planted in our minds about, like, society tells us, depending on, your gender and different expectations based on gender, right? But like for women, for example, it's like, well, if you don't have shaven legs, you're ugly, or men are not going to like you, or not just men, but, the people that you're interested in, etc. Right. Or if, you don't have, this certain thing, like straight teeth, like, people are going to think your teeth are uncleanly, or at least that's a very common idea here in the United States where I live, right? Yeah, that type of thing. But really, I mean, your teeth are clean. It's like they're fine. They're functioning. They do the thing they're supposed to. It's just these ideas that society plants inside, when really all along, everything that we were searching for, the beauty that we were searching there for, it was there inside us all along. It's just that society convinced us that it was something we had to go out and search for. So that's kind of what, like I said, the Four of Wands talks about, is the feeling of celebration, the feeling of home. It was there in you all along, pile twos. I mean, beauty is such an ephemeral thing, at least on the outside with physical beauty. I mean, the beauty that's eternal is the beauty inside, right, pile twos? That's something that never fades. So I guess, to summarize, pile twos, try the best you can to let go of old ideas about, how, like, you think your body should look, for example, based on what, maybe people in your life, maybe specifically your mother with the Empress reversed, or society in general have told you. Let go of that. Focus more on the idea of, I'm not something that needs to be fixed. I'm something that was never broken in the first place, is how I would put it. Society's judgments don't bother me. I'm tired of searching this horizon I can't ever grasp. And that's the trick, though, is they keep convincing you that there is something still to grasp that you have to throw money and or effort and time at. You know what I mean? Like, there's always something new that they say, oh, you need this new clothing. Oh, you need this new fashion style. Oh, you need this blah, 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 blah. Insert garbage here, right? But yeah, I mean, so the things in your life that you've been feeling like you've been putting in a lot of money or time or effort into, that you're not getting benefits out of, in terms of it actually satisfying that inner desire for, like, say, the beauty or health that you've been seeking, pile twos, let go of those things. I mean, of course, there's balance. You want to keep healthy in terms of, is my body, functioning properly? Is my body, able to do the things that I want it to do activity wise? Of course, that's important. And, are you eating healthy? That's also important. But yeah, there's just a lot of emphasis of letting go of the ideas that others have put on us and society have put on us, and, living more lighthearted, more carefree, appreciating our body for what it is and how beautiful it is and all the things that it does that, society can't make money off of. So that's why they don't tell you to focus on that thing, because, no one, focuses on, make the way your heart beats more beautiful, because that's something that they can't, But I mean, isn't miraculous though, right? It's miraculous, the things that our body does for us, our organs do for us, that we just don't even think about, So focus on things like that, like this beautiful heart that pumps the blood that I need throughout my body, and, pumps faster when I exercise, and it keeps up with me, right? Or these beautiful lungs, as weird as that sounds, that, give me the oxygen that I need and breathe out the carbon dioxide that the plants need to survive. Like, things like that. Like, it's just magic, So focus on the magic of home. Focus on the magic that was there all along, pile number twos. And I think your confidence will boost, and you'll be less susceptible to things like that tiredness, that weariness of always searching that thing that you quote unquote need to fix about yourself that you never really needed to fix in the first place, Yeah. So pile number twos, I hope that reading was helpful for you. As always, I wish you a wonderful rest of your day, and I hope to see you in the next reading. Bye. Hello, my lovely pile number 3s. Welcome to your pick a card reading today. That is all about messages from your body, kind of a self-care, self-love check-in. As you recall, the card you used to pick your pile was Miracles. We have, it looks like, it almost kind of looks like Yosemite. If you're familiar with, I believe it's in California, but we have 2 rainbows here. As it looks like the sun is setting in the background here, kind of behind the camera. So we'll set your pile leader over here as we first pull out your other cards, your other oracle cards, and then we'll also have some tarot cards too. So do that in a second, but first oracles. So your Nature's Whispers card is Be Gentle with Yourself, number 33. Could be you're a little too hard on yourself in some way, pile 3s. We'll see what else pops out before I explain or expand on that, I should say. Your surrender card is surrender to non-action. Now is the time to be still and not act. Simply breathe and focus on your own power. Let others come to you. Okay, yep, definitely already a message popping out here with these 2 cards in tandem, pile 3s. I think you might be going a little bit too hard on something. Okay, just as kind of a first little thing that's popping out. Your Botanical Inspirations card is Venice Mallow, Hibiscus Trionium, excuse me, I probably butchered that. Poor Latin pronunciation. I do recognize hibiscus though. Delicate fleeting beauty with the quote, when life is not coming up roses, look to the weeds and find the beauty hidden within them, from L.F. Young. Delicate fleeting beauty, okay. Ephemerality, right? And then your tea leaf is diamond. You'll be receiving or giving a precious gift. Lovely. And then let's get your tarot cards on the table. Pile 3s, or spirit for pile number 3s, could you give me 3, 4 cards maybe as a message from their body? Some self-care messages. Okay, well that one for sure. Okay, that one for sure. They're really flipping out for you. Oh, yep, okay. I know the other piles had jumpers like this today. Oh boy. Okay, one second. This was the second one, I know. This was the third one. This was the first one. Okay, so we've got a lot of swords popping up, something to do with our mental state. We have the Queen of Swords reversed. We have the 5 of Swords, which is battles of some sort. Excuse me. And then we also have the Child of Swords, or Page of Swords, upright. And then I think this one is popping out. Oh, it's the bottom one here. Okay. The 4 of Wands. Pile number 2's got that too. Okay, we're going to kind of shift this up a bit. There we go. Okay, pile number 3s. Apologies for some silence and or mumbling as I look over your cards and get the messages out here. Some miracles. Messages from your body. Okay, so definitely, like I was saying with your Nature's Whispers card here, we'll kind of unveil that just for a second here. Be gentle with yourself, and then surrender to non-action. I think there's something you're going a little bit too hard on your body with, pile 3s. It could be maybe too strict of a diet. It could be maybe too harsh of medicine that you're taking. It could be something just a little bit more, I mean, of course, listen to your doctor with these things, number one. But there might be some sort of harshness on your body that you're not recognizing. So like I said, it could be exercising maybe too much, or pushing a little bit too hard with exercise, or it could be like a diet that's a little bit too strict. It could be something that's more, how do I put it? Just going a little bit too far with your body in terms of the way that you push it, or what you put into it, I guess is how I would say that. Especially with be gentle with yourself and surrender to non-action. Like it says, now is the time to be still and not act. It could be that you need a little bit more rest, pile number 3s, especially if you're the type that maybe you're exercising like 7 days a week. Maybe consider pushing that down to like 6 or 5 with 2 rest days between, to let your muscles kind of relax and heal a little bit and build up from the exercises or the activities that you're doing. Let's see what else pops out here. Okay, so Queen of Swords reversed. Yeah, it's almost like I feel like you kind of consider your health like a battle, pile 3s, and I say that because of the 5 of Challenges or Swords here. This depiction in this deck is almost like a giant troll that's has a giant pine tree coming to come thwack you with it, right? It's something that challenges you. It's like a fight on the horizon, right? I feel like you view your health or your body as like a battle to be fought or won. And it's almost like you treat your body like an enemy, pile threes. That's how I see it. Yeah, and so there's a lot of mental energy here that you're being given a message to kind of work on or work with, especially with not only the Page of Swords here, but you got the Queen of Swords reversed. And the Queens, I always say with tarot, are internal energy, right? Versus the Kings being more external focused, right? So internal energy here in the negative aspect here with the Mind of Swords, which is air. Yeah, there's something to do with the way that you view health or you view exercise or you view your body that's not quite maybe needs just a little bit of adjustment. I think in tandem with it being next to the Five of Swords, it's that energy I was talking about where it's like you feel like this health or exercise or this beauty that you're seeking or whatever it is you're looking for with your body or self-love is you view it as like a battle to be won or a battle that needs to be fought uphill, but they're asking for more gentleness with your body. They're asking for more non-action with your body, especially with your oracle cards here too. And then the Four of Wands is all about home or celebration, being happy at home. And I think especially with your Miracles card from your pile leader and then your Diamond, you'll be receiving or giving a precious gift. I think if you've been looking for some sort of gift in terms of your health or body, pile threes, I think that's an indication that something is coming in that term, like, or in that aspect or in that way. Something to do with either the home, or it could also be like your body is a symbolic of your home, right? And a gift being received or a miracle being received in that area. I'm trying to see what is best, like what specifically that is. I'm going to ask Spirit to give us a tarot card or two to explain that. Spirit, what is the gift or the miracle with their health or their body, their self-love here? Can you give me one or two cards, please, for pile threes? Okay, let's see what pops out. We have this one here. This is the Queen of Wands reversed. Okay, Queen of Wands reversed. And then we also have this Three of Cups. Something to do involving with other people, especially because of the Three of Cups, meaning like a group of people or a celebration. There's a lot about celebrating. I don't know what that is, because the Four of Wands can mean that too. I don't know if, depending on when you view this, it might be a gift that someone gives to you in terms of like helping your health or the way that you view yourself, like self-care. Could be something more relaxing. It could be, maybe someone gives you a gift in, oh, what's a good example? Like maybe like they give you like bubble baths to help you like take baths that are more relaxing, or they give you like a gift card to like a spa day or something like that. Or something that helps you like recover or rest from tiredness or from like exercise, that type of thing. So I think there's a gift or a miracle coming in that aspect. Could even be the gift of like exercise equipment here, especially because like with the Four of Wands, it's like that's the card of the home, so it might be something to do with like at home. I mean, I guess that could be like the bubble bath too, or like that type of thing, but or something to take care of your home, which I would say metaphorically in this case is like your body is the metaphor for your home, right? Or vice versa, the home is a metaphor for the body. Yeah, so there's some gift coming here in terms of from someone else or a group of people, something to do with relaxation or the way you take care of your body. And then the Queen of Wands reversed there as an explanation for the gift is something to do with improving internal confidence. Yeah, that type of thing. So look on the horizon for that. It's kind of a unique message. None of the other piles got like an external type focus thing like that today. Most of it has been kind of internal focus, but it seems like there is a gift coming for you in this area. So keep an eye on that for you pile threes. But yeah, so yeah, back though to the I'm just gonna put these off to the side for now because we already talked about those with your gift here. Back to your messages though about your body and your health and your in terms of the way that you view it as like a fight here with the Five of Swords. Yeah, so I think, one message here with that pile threes is focus on changing the way you view your health or your body as not like a fight to be won, but more something to be nurtured. Like, I would say almost embody more, how do I put it? I'm trying to find the best way to put it here. Sorry, I'm a little quiet here for a second, but like, I guess to summarize that pile 3 is I would focus on being gentle with your body, focus on giving it more rest, and focus less on fighting battle, so to speak. Because sometimes the thing that you're looking for can be found with health or like with your body. Sometimes it can be found in a more like a passive way that is a lot less tiring to you than an active way. So like I'm trying to find a good example for that. So for example, like let's say you're looking for more confidence, right? And you're currently on the path of, well, if I just exercise the crap out of my body and I just keep going and going and going, right? Eventually I'll physically look the way I want to, and then I'll be confident, right? So that's like a more active external way of finding confidence, right? This is asking for more passive ways of finding confidence. So maybe work on, confidence boosting exercises mentally instead of physically, especially with all this focus on mental energy here with the challenges or the swords cards as it's known in most decks. Find ways you can mentally try to be more confident to take a little bit of the stress off of your body. Because, I mean, half of confidence is just in the mind, I would say, pile 3s. The way we view ourselves can do a lot, or at least working on that can do a lot for us actually feeling more confident on top of things like exercise or dieting, that type of thing. You don't want to be too harsh on your body because then, kind of, in an ironic way, if you push your body too hard, you're getting farther away from health than where you want to be, right? So yeah, I would just kind of keep an eye out for that. Be more passive, be more gentle, focus more on self-care and relaxation than you have been. It could also be depending on like your job. Maybe your job is very active, like you're on your feet a lot. Try to find ways to be easier on your feet and your body. Maybe get shoes that have more, what do they call it? Like more arch support, or a little bit easier on your feet. I mean, I totally understand that. I used to be a waitress when I was younger in college. And my feet would just ache when I got home. So what really helped for me was getting like memory foam in my shoes. That could be one suggestion for you, pile 3s, that type of thing. Yeah, like try to find more mental ways of boosting your confidence and focus more on self-care than pushing yourself so hard, I guess, to summarize kind of everything I just said. And then also, like I said, look out for that gift of the home from a group of people. That's another thing that's kind of coming up, related to your body or self-love. So that's exciting. You have a gift coming on the way, right? That's always cool to hear. And then your Venice Mallow here is interesting because it talks about delicate, fleeting beauty, and it says, when life is not coming up roses, look to the weeds and find the beauty hidden within them. So that is, it's very similar to some of the other messages the other piles got today, pile 3s, where I think there's a lot about the way you view your body, where there's, and I said this to pile number 1s too. I'm not just saying this to gas you up. Like I swear, this is literally, it says on the tin here with this card, right? There's a lot about your body that's more beautiful than you realize, especially because like it says here, look to the weeds and find the beauty hidden within them. Like there's something about your body where it's like you view it as like a weed and not the actual like rose it is, I guess is how I would describe it. Like there's a very almost cold clinical view here I get from all these swords cards about the way that you view your own body and your health. And like it's asking you to have like more nurturing energy with yourself and to look at yourself with more like respect and more see more beauty in yourself here than you have been, because I think there's parts of yourself that maybe you're a little bit too harsh on, that like really aren't bad like you think they are, or insert negative quality here that you think they are, that type of thing. I also want to ask Spirit if there's anything that they recommend for increasing your confidence here. I'm going to pull some more tarot cards for you, pile number 3s. For pile number 3s, can you give me some cards regarding how they can increase their confidence internally and not view health and beauty as much as like a battle? I know I did say like maybe a spa day, maybe more relaxation, things like that. Just being little things on your body. Child of Spells is the Page of Wands. Okay. Maybe focus on some creative activities, pile number 3s. The wands are always the fire suit or spells in this deck. And this is like exploring creativity. Like maybe it's almost like there would be an improvement in your from your body in terms of like your mental health if you explored a little bit more creativity. Maybe just as like a de-stressor. Like I know one thing that always really chills me out is literally just watching Bob Ross. Like if you're not familiar on YouTube, he I mean unfortunately he's passed away, but the people that manage um his content is like they have a YouTube channel where they have Bob Ross playing like literally all the time. You can just watch all of his videos for free. Fantastic. I mean, even follow one of his tutorials, you know, if you want to, or just explore something creative like that. That's more, there's a focus on de-stressing with it. And then let's pull out another card here. We also have the child. Look at all these pages you're getting. What the heck? A lot more exploration, pile number 3s I'm seeing here. Pages are all about exploring new things, exploring something in their suit. This time you got the Page of Pentacles or Boons. We have the child going to, it almost looks like, is it Hansel and Gretel? The kids that were lured by the candy, right? Almost kind of like a gingerbread house here we have. Exploring things in the material world, like, ooh, look at all this candy. Maybe reevaluate the way that you view food, pile number 3s. Especially there with the child of boons, you know, he's reaching out for food, right? And I don't say that in a way of like, be stricter with your food, because I think the vibe I'm getting off your cards here, pile 3s, is that I think you're almost already too strict with yourself when it comes to things like this. Maybe indulge just a little bit more, I'm seeing, especially with the Page of Pentacles here. And not view things and view life as this thing, this trial or this battle to be fought here with your body. View your body as a vessel for experiencing new and different things, and not something that has to be kept under control. Like that's kind of the mental shift I'm seeing here. So like for example, like let's say you come across a situation where you have a treat in front of you, you have some candy in front of you, like the boy with the child of boons here. We have like, ooh, look at this candy house. I think I might pluck out a gumdrop, right? Instead of viewing it as, slapping your own hand and being like, no, naughty, don't eat that candy. View it more as like, hey, I've been dieting a lot. I've been exercising a lot. I can afford myself this little pleasure, right? I mean, like everything in life, everything is about moderation. I mean, there's the extreme of eating too much candy, which isn't good for A, your teeth, or B, your health, right? But then there's the other extreme of not letting yourself experience enough pleasure in life, and that just makes it, all work and no play makes Jane a dull girl, right? So there's a little bit of emphasis here to, a little bit of a permission to eat more goodies and treats, which is always good to hear, right? I wish Spirit would tell every one of us, hey, eat more candy, right? But this is, I'm saying here with the Page of Pentacles, the Child of Boons here for you, is that is one message of be less strict with yourself here. Let yourself have more fun with your body in terms of the types of food, and even, it can even be things like, for example, like let's say you have like diabetes, for example, and, it's kind of like a forced restriction because of health issues like that, where, you can't eat a lot of sugar. I mean, try to find pleasure in other foods that might not necessarily have sugar. Like, for example, if you really, really enjoy, what's a good example that doesn't have sugar? Like steak, right? You really enjoy steak, maybe invest a little bit in enjoying like a nice piece of steak with your meal one night or something like that, when normally you would have had maybe just mostly vegetables and like a leaner meat like, poultry or something, or fish. Find ways, adapted to how you like, the understanding of your own body, where you can enjoy more, and also just explore more in terms of creativity here for your mental health, which will also kind of help the way that you view your body too. Maybe even, one thing that just kind of came to me intuitively here is if you would be interested in figure drawing or painting. I know when I was in college, I had a figure drawing class and I really enjoyed it. Like sometimes, depending on who you are, it might be kind of awkward at first to work with like nude models. But one of the things that helped, or that was beneficial to me, as someone that has struggled with, like, body image issues in the past, was by drawing and observing other people's bodies. It really helped me see the beauty in every kind of figure, in every kind of shape. That might be where this creativity comes in here with the Page of Wands here. About, I was talking about Bob Ross before, which, he does more like landscapes, but figure drawing might be helpful for you too, pile number 3, is just to artistically, or to view the body and beauty through an artistic lens, instead of this really strict, battle to be won, cold calculating, I gotta count up all the calories and I gotta count up the hours I'm exercising, and like, so be less math about it and be more artistic about it. Lean a little bit more into the right brain versus the left brain, which, to my understanding, I think they've actually disproven the left-right brain thing, but you get the metaphor, right? In terms of, like, just how we talk about it in everyday colloquialism, right? So yeah, enjoy a little bit more. Maybe try some figure drawing. It doesn't necessarily have to be nude models if you're not comfortable with that, right? But yeah, at least where I went to college, they did offer classes like that. I'm sure there's local community colleges where you are that might offer like figure drawing, things like that. Or you could even just work off the internet. Like, there's a lot of resources out there that have people that just do pictures of poses that you could work with. And then try drawing like different types of figures, right? And that'll kind of help, like I said, help you understand the beauty of different figures. And in that case, it can help you internally too, of being more confident with yourself and focusing on health and beauty, not in the way of hard numbers and minutes and counting calories and how much did I exercise today, how many reps did I do, that type of thing, and focus on it more as this pleasurable thing to be, enjoyed. Enjoy your exercise. Think of it in terms of the way that it brings you pleasure and stress release with the endorphins you get from exercising, right? Instead of the hard, cold, calculating facts of, oh, I lost this many pounds today or whatever, that type of thing. Just enjoy life more. See health in your body with more, this is a vessel that I use for pleasure and for experiencing new things. I must be gentle with it. Of course, put it a little bit through, just for health reasons, the exercises you enjoy, but enjoy life more in terms of your relationship to food and exercise, I guess is how I would say this is a message from your body, pile number 3s. Yeah, so to summarize, like I said, be more gentle with yourself. Maybe explore things like figure drawing, to help kind of shift the way that you view the beauty or art of bodies and different body types, right? Enjoy life a little bit more, maybe, indulge a bit more if you can, where you can. Shift your mental perspective in terms of not thinking about health and your body as a battle to be won, but something to work alongside with to enjoy the things that this physical plane offers, right? And then also, like I said, look out for that gift coming here with the diamond. It seems like there's some gift coming from a group regarding your health or your body. Like I said, it could be maybe someone gives you a gift card for a spa day or a Reiki healing, or it could be someone giving you like the gift, or even just maybe an indication to gift yourself something. That could be that. But I said, like earlier with the 3 of Cups here, I'll pull it out again. That's like a group of people. So I think that gift is coming from a group of people. Something that helps improve your confidence internally, that type of thing. So yeah, treat yourself. I guess is one summary I'm hearing. Especially with that Child of Pentacles here, reaching out for the candy house. Yeah, that type of thing. Let's see if there's any other messages here, pile number 3s, before I sign off with you. There's something here too with the Venus Mallow saying delicate, fleeting beauty. I think that could also be another message from your body to focus on the things that aren't the fleeting aspects of beauty. Things like youth can be fleeting. Things like, maybe, depending on your age, the things that you used to be able to do that maybe you're not able to do depending on your age, just because of, body-related health reasons, right? Don't focus so much on what you used to be able to do or what you used to look like, depending on your age, right? Focus on the beauty of your body and who you are now, and the miracles that it can do at any age, you know, things like I was saying this to another pile. I mean, you never really think about the beauty of just how much our body does for us in terms of like how our heart pumps our blood and it keeps up with, you know, like let's say you're running and your heart starts pumping faster, like it works with us and works in tandem with us, and it just does it all intuitively by the action of the electrical impulses and control of the brain, right? I mean, it's actually like magical when you think about it. So think about the magic of your body a little bit more too. It's kind of like that Four of Wands energy over here, the home card or celebration. Celebrate the things your body can do still, you know, and the beauty of everything that it can achieve, right? And not so much as something to be trained, but something to be appreciated, I guess is how I would put it for you, pile number 3 is. Yeah. I mean, you never think about all the little teeny little actions that go on that help us even just to take one step. I mean, the electrical impulses of your brain firing to your muscles and your bones to move. Or I guess your bones don't really move, your muscles kind of do that for them, right? But to move your bones, right, as you lift your foot up, and you know, the spatial awareness that your brain gives you and your eyes give you to know where to step and not to step on the edge of something to fall off, etc., that type of thing. I mean, just, you know, without rambling too much here, there's a lot of beauty and magic in our bodies that we don't appreciate day to day, and we only seem to focus on, you know, what our body can't do, or what we don't have. Focus on what you can experience, what you can enjoy, the pleasure your body gives you when it can, and just be more gentle with yourself, pile threes, you know, that type of thing, and be more creative. Bob Ross or figure drawing. So I guess is one suggestion that came intuitively, right? Yeah. So pile number 3 is, I hope that reading was helpful for you. As always, I wish you a wonderful rest of your day, and I hope to see you in the next reading. Bye.